Hello, it's me, Bis again, and welcome back to the LED mirror project. This is the fourth video already and the second one this week. Last video didn't have a lot of content, but this one will have a little bit more. So please enjoy. My chisel isn't the sharpest tool in the shed, so I ended up using a file as well to get it clean. I'll show you what the problem was. Here on this line it didn't quite follow, so all the way up here it followed the line, and then I started cutting out of line. So here the original line I drew, straight follow, no problem at all. But here, so when you can see, I used my chisel and my file. It has a slightly different color to get it all good. So now that this problem is fixed, I can go back to drawing. So because I used the off edge to draw my line, I will have to keep in mind to cut on the, for me, left side of the line and not on the line, and still have to follow the straight line on the back so that I will get a straight piece of wood. Hold on, I'm gonna try something. If it works, you'll see it in the next shot. If it doesn't work and I find out it's a very stupid idea, I won't tell what it is. Maybe I will. Let's see. Okay, so what did I do? I band clamped a piece of wood to my table. Don't see why this was ever a bad idea, or did I consider it a bad idea? It's not, yeah, it still wiggles a little bit, but it gives me additional strength to hold this piece of wood in place. Oh my god, it's actually helping very much. I have to use only a quarter of the strength I had to use to keep it in place. Still, I need to hold tight because else it'll do this, but it's way easier. Good thinking of myself. .32 centimeters, 33. So you're not completely straight. I'll fix that problem in a bit. First, I'm going to cut those two angles, and by the problem that this piece might be too short, which it seems like it. Oh, this way. So you have two angles, and at some point they will be exactly the distance that this is. As it looks right now, half a centimeter, no, yeah, each side. So when you have to shove it a little bit down so that this piece will fit between those two. How do you fix that It may not look beautiful. You just cut the end pieces off. And when you make something that a lot of people will see, you have to put a lot of work in making the angles 100% good in order to avoid that, because strength-wise, that half centimeter or 4 mil each side won't affect strength a lot, but why won't it affect it a lot? Because the surface that the angles make with each other is still enough for the glue to do its work. And this piece will come behind the other piece and will never be visible. It's against the wall and the mirrors are in front of it. So this won't be visible. It's a shame that for video purpose it isn't perfect, but the strength of the work is going to be a little less than ideal, but still good enough. So how can you improve your cutting? Get a proper bench, get a, how do you call it, a vise, so you can put it between them, twist it so it's solid. You can cut as good as you need, because yeah, well, what I've got here isn't ideal. So when you want to start woodworking, start with simple things. This may be simple, but I guarantee that the end product, while not be completely the best, will still be beautiful. So enough talking, my arm has rested, I can continue sawing. Good luck with your own projects, and here I go. I think I figured out what the problem is. This piece isn't straight. Maybe you can hear it, but yeah, that's I think that's the exact distance that I have too much on this end. So my cutting is not to blame, the piece of wood is to blame. But still same result, still have to fix it. So that concludes the 4th episode of the DIY mirror project. The project is almost at its end, So you may be wondering, what's gonna be the content of my channel in the future? Well, I've got a few more projects like this coming up, but I will also be releasing some similar content, but not quite the same. What am I speaking of? Well, I'm gonna be making a video that is me just working in my workshop and doing a voiceover, so you guys can see what I'm doing, and I will say here and there a little bit about what I'm doing, so it's detailed enough that you can replicate it, but it's less detailed than this project, so that people who enjoy my content but are not really interested in making it themselves, they can find the other format more entertaining. So if you like this video or the project so far, please leave a like, consider subscribing because that helps me out a lot, and that's all for today. See you next time.